What's going on, guys? Fish Tanks here. Welcome back to another video. These birds are doing great, but sadly, Brave, the Eastern Rosella I rescued about a week ago, passed away a few days after I put him in here, which is super sad, but that's something with rescuing animals, and Eastern Rosellas can carry a type of disease, so that's why they're big pests in New Zealand. So I had to disinfect this cage before I let these guys into it, but that's all done, and now time to get to the next part. So I got about 11 new plants, so I got a bunch of plants to plant up my 40 gallon. I just want to put heaps of plants in there, make it look real nice. And just right now, out in the garden area, I'm putting all this hay and manure mix over the grass to start composting, so it'll be nice rich soil for when spring comes around. So got the bunnies some fresh hay. Now they're just munching on their daily vegetables. So this is all of the 12 new plants in here, and now time to grab the plants that are already in the tank, chuck them in here, and then I'll be able to rescape it and plant it up. So I've got all the plants out and all the rock plus some extra rock, and now time to level out the sand, since before I had it sloped up there. And then time to put the rocks back in and to plant it. Just a quick update on the guppies. They are doing super well. They haven't been breeding since it's been super cold, but I still be feeding them every day, and these are the ones that I'll have ready to sell in the summer. And these ones are doing super well. Got some super beautiful male breeders in here, so I can't wait to get some fry out of these guys. Okay, so that is super murky, but I have all the rock work in. I'll do a big water change, but first I'm going to be putting all the Java ferns and stuff, like all the foreground plants. So I've added all of the plants, and I'm just doing a water change, and look at all these gorgeous corridors. So I've got it filled up, still a bit murky, but I think it's looking great. And now time to add a bunch of these plants. So still got lots of plants left, and also just about to put these beautiful pinkish purple plants in, and it is already filling out nicely. Can't wait to see how it looks in the end. So I've got all the plants in. There is so many plants in it. It's still a bit murky from stirring up the sand, but once that clears, I'll give you guys a better look. And over here I have just made a spare 5-gallon tank with all of the spare plants that I have that I will be using in a future scape, and I'll be getting lots more plants. Okay, so that is a lot clearer, and that is looking amazing, but I'm just going to do a 50% water change and see how it looks then. So, just on a walk to the duck park. I'll show you guys what's there when I get there. These guys are some big ones. Might be ruined ducks. See, it is beautiful here, and right behind it is a beautiful river. Can probably hear all the native birds, the tuis, that are up in the trees. Right here are some more domesticated ducks. They are beautiful. And that is looking incredible, and I can't wait to add a bunch of fish to it. But once that grows in, that is going to look amazing. And also over here I added a 10-gallon filter to this, and the reason this bird thing is on top, because if I take it off, it makes a noise, and putting pressure on it stops it. So I was like, I'll just put that on top, makes it quiet. And this is doing super well. Have a few fish, like guppies and those fish that I got from the river a while back. They are doing great. And over here, these peace lilies were growing great. This was like how tall they were when I first got them, and they grew to like up here and like to the height of this. So I trimmed them down quite a bit, although I did like how they looked big. They were kind of blocking the light, and some of the leaves were like that, so not getting as much nutrients and stuff, so I cut down a lot of nice big leaves. But now they're like that, they'll grow back, and this tank's doing great. I'm thinking about getting a beta fish for it, but the light blue again, so I'm going to have to get another light for that, but beginning to fish for this next. And also, I added that shelf in there. I may be able to put another tank on top of that, but in here, you can't really see because it's a bit dark in here, but this is where I'm going to be keeping all like my rocks and stuff. So I have a bunch of rocks in here, and all these flat rocks that are all in here I'm going to be using for an axolotl tank. I'm going to be doing it pretty soon, and all the jagged rocks is what is going to be for what I show you next. So I have this tank all set up, and also got a friend up top, Metal Galar. Found that at Kmart. It's awesome. But finally got a light, a heater and a filter in this tank. It is running great. Now I just got to get a little bit more sand in the bottom, scape it with some rocks, and I have a tub down there just soaking driftwood, and so they're ready to soak and they'll float down to the bottom as soon as I put them in tanks. So yeah, I'll be adding the rocks, plants from that spare tank. I'll be buying more plants and then decking this tank out. I already know what I want to put in this tank, what fish, so can't wait for that. So I think that's where I'm going to end this video off. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing all this. This tank looks incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!